Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by a contribution from Casey. No, not that Casey. This is Casey from The Black Sheep Gives Cover for the Narcissist Sins, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. I'm glad to see you back. I know how difficult being a free therapist is, and it must be draining. I wish I wasn't writing this, but so much has happened. I just need to get it out. After I got engaged, my narc mother and grandmother kept encouraging me to have a small ceremony. Narc mother kept saying I should go to the courthouse and get married. She also never called to take me dress shopping or venue scouting or to help her only daughter plan a wedding at all. I took this as a good sign that our elopement wouldn't really bother my family all that much. We decided to elope on a trip away, and honestly, it was so awesome. We were amongst strangers, and they were all cheering us on and telling us congratulations. We were even gifted a bottle of wine by a stranger, and it was so kind. I was so thankful. I can't say how happy we were. We were so happy. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing that you need strangers? Okay, you got to depend on strangers to do something nice for you on an important day that a narcissist you know would erect anyway. When we got back from our trip, we decided to share the news with my family at my dad's birthday party. I'll try not to get confusing here, but I had gotten no contact about a year ago with some of my extended family, or rather they went no contact with me for literally no reason. But I had just gotten a really good job making good money. Maybe that had something to do with it. I had been really poor all my life, and I worked really hard to get my degree and a job. My family, who I am no contact with, has a flying monkey, my aunt. All of a sudden, my aunt needs to be around every time anyone in my immediate family has a birthday. I had also gone no contact with her at the same time as my other family. She now harasses me every chance she gets. Me ignoring and blocking her has led to her asking my mom for my address. She also physically touches me when she sees me, which is not normally how she used to act. I have never been close with her, and I don't even speak to her children, my cousins. Yet, my narc mother invited her to my dad's birthday party. So it was my dad, mom, myself, and husband, my brother and sister-in-law, and my out-of-place aunt. And honestly, I can't ever remember her being at a birthday parties before. I think my mom just invites her because she knows I'm no contact with her. So anyway, I show up to my dad's birthday. That in itself was a cluster. My narc mother hates being seen with me in public and will go out to eat with my brother nearly every week. Of course, I'm never invited. My narc mother made it very hard for my husband and I to attend the party. She insisted it be on a work day. I told her my husband would be working. She suggested to come home. She suggested to come without him or not come at all. Then I wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have worked because my car was being worked on, so I couldn't drive it. We wanted to go to this party so we could get our announcement out of the way in a public place, and I'd be done with it. And you don't see, you know, when the narcissist is putting the writing on the wall of that you're being set up for an attack, believe it. The fact that she didn't want your husband there, told you to come without him in the first place, how do you think they're going to react when you tell them you eloped and you're married? I don't know, we're going to find out, but I'm sure you wouldn't be writing me if it was good. When the narcissist puts the writing on the wall, read it and believe it. Okay, because she's showing you right here, she's setting you up for something related to anything related to him. The fact that she would demand you come without him or not at all. How do you think that was gonna play out? We'll find out. I gave my narc mother a time frame of about an hour that we would be there. Narc mother flat out told me they'd probably just go ahead and eat without us. I knew they didn't want us there, but we didn't care. My husband's client ended up talking a little longer, so I texted my brother we were on the way. We did end up being late, but I figured who cares since they didn't want us there anyway. Right, and when you show up, they're going to make a big... Don't matter if whether they want you there or not, okay? Whenever you show up, it's going to be a problem. Okay, they're going to tell you, oh, we waited for you, this, that, and you ruined everything. When the narcissist puts the writing on the wall, read it and believe it. We planned if they had already eaten that, we'd just go somewhere else by ourselves to eat. When we finally arrived, boy, was it fucking weird. Flying Monkey Aunt was there making comments and grabbing me and rubbing my back, saying things like, I haven't seen you in so long. I'd be like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. And yeah, they were finishing up eating. We were 45 minutes late and they couldn't wait on us. So we just sat down and told the waitress we wouldn't be ordering anything. So it came time for us to make our announcement. They actually asked us if we had plans to get married. And we looked at each other, kind of smiled and said, well, we already did. Oh boy, that took the wind out of their sails. Yeah, because you took their opportunity to completely ruin your wedding. Dude, they had it all planned. You see how they treat you just for showing up for a dinner? Do you know what they would have done to you over planning a wedding? They were all shocked. I said, well, everyone was suggesting to have a small ceremony, so that's what we did. Flying Monkey Ann actually asked 3 times if our marriage was legal. The first thing Narc Mother said was, I'm disgusted. I'm happy but disgusted. Ah, the truth comes out. My sister-in-law said she was happy, but then called us a name. My Flying Monkey Aunt then demanded we show her pictures. We had photos, but they were on a flash drive, and I hadn't uploaded them to a computer yet. I kept explaining that. She repeatedly asked to see whatever photos I had on my phone, to which I replied I didn't have any photos on my phone, and that I would share the photos on social media. I certainly wasn't planning on meeting up with any of them special to see the pictures. I guess my brother misunderstood because he pulled up a social media and threw his phone at me and pointed at it, demanding I show them the photos right now. To which I had to re-explain the photos were on a flash drive and we wanted to share the news with our family before sharing the photos on social media. It was so bizarre. No, it's not bizarre. Okay? The narcissist, listen, when you're the black sheep and you deny the narcissist and the flying monkeys and the enablers the ability to ruin your day, it is like you have torn their fucking souls out if they had them. They don't know how to handle it. What do you mean you went and got eloped? You went and eloped. We wanted to ruin your wedding for you. How dare you? Well, we're going to ruin this. Show me this. Fuck you. What have they done in your life that would even entitle them to have access on demand to anything from you? Nothing. My sister-in-law sat with a scowl on her face the whole time and couldn't even fake a smile. By the way, we had gotten my brother a job at my husband's company. I tried to stop my husband from helping my brother, but he did it anyway. My brother was going to be making twice as much money. Well, it turns out my brother started bad-mouthing his manager right off the bat and couldn't even turn a screwdriver. He was so bad at the job, he ended up no call, no showing, and getting fired. Wow. Wow. I mean, I've been through it too. I mean, I hired Charlene's brother to work for me at Macy's, and he couldn't even fucking take a shower. I mean, I had the staff supervisor coming in, like, I know that's his. It's like, I'm like, get rid of him then. Get him. And she's like, good, because he stank. He stank. Nadine Haley. I'll never forget that. Her standing in my office telling me he stank. He stinks. He stank. Oh. That's embarrassing. You get somebody in your family, a job, you get them hired, and then they no call, no show. And you have the nerve to sit there and demand you show them anything? Remember your history. I mean, I remember your other 2 videos. You being the black sheep, and they blame you for everything. My brother and I's relationship was already strained due to him flat out refusing to have a relationship with me, never inviting me anywhere, etc., despite my husband and I trying to have a relationship with him, and even offering to power wash his house if he would buy us a steak. The whole thing was hastily canceled by my brother. Every time we tried to have plans with him, he insisted on bringing 2 or 3 of his friends with him, or just canceling altogether at the last minute. How many times do you got to touch a hot stove until you figure this out? They are telling you, they are writing it on the wall, Casey. We don't fucking like you. We don't like you, and we're going to abuse you every chance we get. Believe them. Believe them. I had confronted my brother once, and he flew into a rage over me confronting him and said the reason he doesn't invite me anywhere is because his wife likes to smoke weed with her friends, and I don't like to smoke weed. Not that it matters, but I have friends that have smoked, and I don't care. So now that I explained my brother and I's relationship a little, let's get back to the birthday party. So basically, instead of ordering food and eating it hastily while they watched and waited for us to eat, we told them we would have loved to eat with them, but since they already ate, we're going to go somewhere. We're going to go elsewhere. And that's what we did, and we enjoyed it. Now we could share our happy news with our friends who would be happy for us. And that's when the silent treatment began. In a few weeks would be my brother's birthday. His birthday party rolls around. Now I know I said I don't get invited out, but I am normally invited to the birthday parties, so I would normally only see certain family members on birthdays and holidays. So a handful of days a year. Normally, if there's a birthday, we plan on going out about a week in advance and everyone is notified. Well, his birthday rolls around and I never get a phone call. Remember, I'm on silent treatment, so I assume they're being petty, and I don't even wish my brother a happy birthday. I just give him the silent treatment back and get on with my life. Well, a few days go by, and out of nowhere, my brother explodes in rage on social media at me, saying I don't care about him. I should have gotten involved, I guess, but this is one time I did. He says his sister forgot about him on his birthday. He then goes on to make fun of my name. He makes fun of my husband, calling him fat. He then accuses us of setting him up to fail on the job we got him. Then he says I was 3 hours late to my father's party, implying I don't care about my dad. Then rages against me for eloping, saying I was basically saying, screw my family. Yeah, well, when the narcissist says, screw you, and right here, this is another example of the rules that apply to me and us don't apply to you. We can do whatever we want to you. We can abuse you. We can say whatever we want to you, and you have to take it. I was honestly shocked when he went off on social media and he was trying to humiliate myself and my husband. Why? Why are you shocked? Again, they are writing it on the wall for you how they feel about you, Casey. They're telling you. You just won't believe them. You just won't believe them. You think they're going to change. You think there's some way, somehow, something you can do with your husband. And no, they don't like you. You're the black sheep. You have your purpose, and your purpose is to be blamed for everything. The only thing I said back was that I wish him a happy birthday, and the only thing I said back was that I would have wished him a happy birthday had I been invited to his party. He and my sister-in-law ended up deleting us from social media. No, that's his response. It's to delete. So he goes off, makes about 7, 8 accusations, and then you're like, well, you didn't invite me to the party. What did you expect? Gone. Typical Narc 101 rage. How do you think they're going to respond to the black sheep? Remember how I said several family members disowned me after I got a good job? Well, my narc mother and brother have now turned their backs on me for getting married. I have not heard from my mother in almost a month. Consider it a blessing. As if it weren't sad enough, my grandmother acted so nasty toward me when I told her we eloped as well. She repeatedly asked me how much I weigh, what size my wedding dress was, asked what if I wore white, and shamed me for eloping, saying my parents should have been there. She was literally the one who suggested eloping. I stayed positive, upbeat, despite her nastiness, and said my dress was custom made and fit me well. She actually said that she didn't care, and she didn't even care what my dress looked like because they all looked the same to her. I got so disgusted with her shaming me, calling me fat, actually telling me just keep gaining weight, etc. I blocked her because I needed a mental break from her constant calling and harassing. I did not want to go no contact with my grandmother, and I have been giving her a pass because of her age, but I couldn't take it anymore. She has never been as nasty to me as she was when I shared our news with her the last time I spoke to her. Oh yeah, and when my husband told his mother we eloped on a cruise, she said too bad the ship didn't sink. Ollie, I'm dumbfounded that my family has been so outright cruel to me, but not really surprised. Why are you surprised after the last 2 videos you sent me? I have been made the enemy for doing nothing more than living my life. I feel like I've woken up from a nightmare. I have not been close to or ever relied on my family for anything, and I've never particularly enjoyed their harassment or being around them. But this is still hitting me as being very sad. It is sad. It's sad that you didn't have a family, but you never had a family. You never had a family, Casey. Remember, your last video for me was the black sheep gives covers for the narcissist sins. And the one before that is the narcissist thrives on your humiliation. Those are the 2 videos I did for you before this one. So what is it? How many times, Casey, do you got to touch a hot stove and get burned before you realize it's a hot stove that's going to burn you? Your family has been putting the writing on the wall how they feel about you and what your place is in this world and in your family. Read it and believe them. You are shit to them. You will always be shit to them. You will always be the black sheep to be abused and to take on their bullshit. You're not allowed to fight back. You're not allowed to be happy. You're only there to be made fun of and to be used as some kind of cover for their own miserable lives. And until that finally sinks in, until you read that writing on the wall, read it and accept it, this is going to keep happening over and over again. You're no contact now. Keep it that way. They've put the writing on the wall for you I don't know how many times. It's time for you to believe them. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for another contribution and story, Casey. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like a private video made, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general, keep it growing, supported, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.